Hi, I'm Ben Smith. I was born into a non-Christian family. A lot of them are still not Christian, apart from my sister. I am epileptic, which I realised when I was at a young age of 15. I started going to church youth groups at a young age, so I was always shown into it. But my family were quite open to letting me go to those places. I started going to a youth group at the age of 5, Christian based. Started getting little, I'd say seeds planted at that time. It was when I was about 9, I started going to a Christian youth puppet group with my friend, which he was a non-Christian who actually invited me to it. I ended up a year later giving my life to Christ. He basically, when I'd done that, it just felt through the teachings, through those youth groups, it just felt right at the time. I felt something inside of me tugging. So I decided, when the minister at the time said, put your hands up and say this prayer, and then put your hands up to say it. So I said the prayer, but at that time I still didn't really know what it meant to be a Christian. So I got invited to some Bible studies, which I attended, and then when I was about 15, I decided I was going to get baptised. Again, it was something that felt right to me at that point. I felt at the time I had learnt quite a lot about Christ and that I was ready, so I did it. But a few months later, I ended up having an epileptic fit for the first time when I was down the caravan with my parents. And it was scary, but it was weird in the same sense, because I still felt closer to Christ through that. As I ended up stopped coming to church for a while to play football with friends. I then, after 2 years, when the football team folded and collapsed, I ended up coming back to church through another friend who invited me. I then started getting more and more involved. I started really realising what it meant to be loved by Jesus. And looking back at the epileptic fit I had, I noticed how he actually protected me through that. And he found it at a young age. 5 years later, after that fit, I had another one on the way home from work. My brother was driving his car, and I ended up having another fit whilst he was driving. Again, I noticed how Jesus saved me through that ordeal. So to me, being a Christian means just being with Christ all the time, having that protection and knowing his love all the time.